Good morning, YouTube. It's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for the Crossdeck Arcade Show. I am flying by the seat of my pants this morning because I had to get everything set up for what we're going to do today. And what we're going to do today, folks, is we're going to put together the X-Arcade Haptics Kit, which I received apparently on Thursday, but I didn't know about it. So it sat out on my porch while temps dive well below zero. And so hopefully everything's okay, and it looks like it is. I did, before the show, actually yesterday, I did install the firmware upgrade. There's a firmware upgrade that is required before you do this haptics kit install. So I do want to show that to you really quick. If I can find it. I had it buried here. I didn't really have much time to show. There it is. All right. So let's do that. Nope, that's not. Nope. Wrong screen. I'll get better at this. That's the screen I want. Nope, not that one. All right. So I did apply the firmware update. This page right here, which I haven't had time to update the links in the chat and in the description yet. I'll put it in the chat. This is a link to the X-Arcade information page. About upgrading the software and firmware usage. There's also a page there's also wow, everything's sluggish. Guys, you need to tell me if I'm having network issues, okay? Because my home network has been acting really flaky lately. I apologize, folks. I should have prepped this before the show. Here we go. This is the page I wanted. All right. Move it over here. All right. Let's go back to the share. Okay. So here is the X-Arcade page for, so the page I shared with you earlier, that's the firmware install, but it's also linked on this page. So I'm gonna share out the link to this page. All right, this page gets you started on the haptics kit install, and what's nice about it here is, y'all know John Wagner. Wagner put out a heck of a video right here where it says watch the tutorial here. Step by step, Wagner walks you right through the install, step by step, and I kind of wrote a script based on that video. on working my way through my own install here. So that's what we'll do. But you got your installation guide available here. There's a video from them. There's a PDF guide download. And there's also a quick start guide. But I talked about upgrading to firmware. I did that yesterday. I went ahead and connected the unit to my laptop, and I downloaded the latest version of I already had it on there, but I downloaded the latest version, which is several revs older. So it's version 1.0.14 now. In Wagner's video, it's 0.13, but this is the latest 1.0.14. So download, get that installed, connect your device to your computer of choice, either a tower or whatever, or a laptop, and then download the latest firmware, which is version 3.62. And and it says it right here. This firmware version is mandatory for the Haptics Kit compatibility. So once you get that downloaded and you've got the software installed, you can load the software, make sure that you're connected to your device, and then you can upload the firmware. And it's pretty simple software. It's pretty intuitive. And there's also a couple of mentions about the Gen 2 dongle. There are two different versions of the dongle, which I found out yesterday. The Gen 1, which comes with the Arcade2TV-XR, the earlier versions of it, was a Gen 1. They've replaced it now with a Gen 2, which does come in the Haptics Kit box. And so I tried to, I've got my X-Arcade to TV-XR hooked up to a Raspberry Pi running RetroPie, and that works. But I've lost the ability to use it with Pinball FX VR, and I'm hoping that by doing this upgrade today, that'll fix that. We'll find out later. But the dongle firmware should be at the latest. That they say right here, all Gen 2 dongles we currently ship already come with it on air, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about there. And the Haptics PCB, which is the board that comes with the kit, should all be shipped with the latest version anyway. So, but you should always check back with this page. I'm sure they'll update it as they update their firmware versions. So, anywho, that's that. Guys, how you doing? Everybody good today? I'm doing pretty good. I had a good week in spite of the weather, in spite of the fact that it's freaking cold here right now. It's warming back up. Friday, it got as low as -17 here with a wind chill factor because the wind was terrible of about -40. So, yeah, I know that's not the absolute worst. Up north, those guys up north near the Canadian border, my God, those folks had actual temperatures that were -40. So, my sympathies to you folks, but it was bloody cold here. The wind made it really bad. So I had it Friday off from work. Could have done this on Friday if I wanted to, once I discovered the thing was out on my porch. So, but I hung out with the gal for the last couple of days. And speaking of which, yesterday I saw a movie. Guys, I saw the movie Mercy with Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. And I cannot say enough good about that movie. That movie is a great popcorn flick. It's tense. You're on the edge of your seat throughout most of the movie, mostly from the second half on to the end. It's a gripping movie about AI. And I highly recommend that movie. If you can get your butt in a seat in a theater to go see that film, do so. But if you're one of those that waits until it comes out on streaming, highly recommend it. When you can, go look for it when it becomes available on streaming and watch it. It's a great movie. I love me some Rebecca Ferguson, so it was a great movie for me anyway. And Chris Pratt was excellent in it as well. Good story, action packed. Highly recommend. Don't pay attention to the frickin' critics. Okay. Critics don't know what they're talking about. They don't. What do I care about when I go see a movie? I want to be entertained. I was entertained yesterday. So that's my only scoring mechanism. If I come out of that theater entertained and saying that was a pretty darn good story, it's a good movie in my opinion. And these critics that are nitpicking these things, these stories for every little thing, it burns my chaps. And if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for that movie right now, it's lopsided. And that happens a lot on Rotten Tomatoes, where you have a critic rating of 22%. The popcorn score on that, last I checked, it was like right around 81%. So people love that movie. So go see it. Anyway, enough said. Let's say hi to the chat real quick before we get started, because I want to dive right into this. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. Stockjack says I'm going to cuss a lot today. That might happen. You don't know. It might, but welcome, Stockjack. Good to see you, buddy. Cornercade is here. No, the answer to that question is no. I am holding that off for another time. I do have Thursday and Friday off. You might see me pop on live one of those 2 days during the day, and I might do it then, or I may hold it for the regular show on Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, I need to get those things out of the box. And it's clear to me now that I'm never going to do a review video on any of them. So rather just do my thing, do it live, and get it done. Plus, I've got empty shelf space over here I need to fill. I've got 3 of them, by the way, Cornercade. I don't have 2. I have Kicks, Elevator Action, and I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that was the last one I bought during the sale. I almost went back out and got Turtles in time, but no. So I'll wait for the next sale to come around. Biggie D is here. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah. I was shocked. And I haven't been paying much attention to the interwebs the last week or so. So I may have missed a shipping notice. I don't know. I checked my email and I didn't see one. Hockey Town is here. Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Israel Gaming's here. Good to see you. Yeah. Pocket full of quarters. Fire Island HD is here. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Welcome. Always hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do appreciate that, guys. My number's creeping up. Last I looked, I was at 382 subscribers. Pretty happy with that. You know, when I started this, I had none. So I'm really happy about how that number is just kind of inching its way up. So yeah, on your way out, hit the like and subscribe button for sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was asking a question in Discord, in the Arcades Anonymous Discord, in the X-Arcade channel about this yesterday, because I was kind of bummed that I couldn't use the thing after upgrading the firmware and for pinball, at least Pinball FX VR. I could use it for my RetroPie. That was good. But yeah, so I pinged everybody out there on. I did see a response in Discord. I just haven't had a chance to reply to it. But thank you, Stockjock. So that gives me warm and fuzzies about what we're about to do. This is not a review. No, this is an install video. I'm terrible at reviewing. So I'll give you my 2 cents. I am towards the end, when I get this finished, I do plan on trying to stream, and I haven't done this since I first got the MetaQuest, but I do plan to try and stream some VR headset stuff. It didn't work out too well last time, and I don't think it's going to work out well this time, but they have made some changes. MetaQuest has made some changes. Number one, they're not using the link they used before. So I'm hoping things are upgraded a little bit, patched maybe, and maybe the streaming aspect of it will go better, but we'll find out. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for something. OBS. All right, let's take a quick look at the entire arcade. I do have I did do some camera setup, make sure everything's aimed where it needs to be. I'm going to try and do close-ups here with my cell phone camera. And so as I'm going through each step of the install, I hope to zoom in on the part of the control panel so that you all can see what I'm doing. That was one of the best things about Wagner's so good at this, right? I mean, he must do this as a profession, but um, he zoomed in on every part of or every step of the video just to give you a picture of what you should be doing. So it's a really good video to follow. I'm not going to bring it up here. I watched it purposefully earlier today and jotted down some notes. And if I get in a jam or a bind, either you all or help me out that have already done it, or I'll refer back to that video. But primarily, I brought the tablet down with me today, and I'm just going to use the tablet to follow the chat as I'm doing this. So again, the space is it's a little bit cramped here in the quarter deck arcade now. That's a good thing because that means I got a lot of arcades in it right now. I did twist the Donkey Kong Jr. around so that it gave me a little bit more free space to work in back behind me. So it was going to go that way anyway. But what I was surprised is the Donkey Kong Jr. It's a little bit deeper than an Arcade 1-Up Deluxe. So by an inch or two or an inch and a half maybe. So I'm gonna have to be mindful of that moving forward when I do the arcade shuffle, when I get more cabinets in. Maybe make the GI Joe cabinets like an end cap of the aisle because they're a little bit larger. So, but yeah, I had to move things around a little bit. And no, it's not a review. That'll be next week, Danny. This Ski Bammer brings up an interesting point. I do have the spinners, and I should probably install those while I'm in there, but I haven't read the documentation. I haven't watched a video recently of how to put those in. So I may just, for the purposes of this stream, keeping things tight, I may save the spinners for a future time and do that down the road. I do also have 3D printed molded toppers for those spinners so that I can still put the X-Arcade or the MetaQuest handles in them. So I've got all the pieces for the spinner kit. I just need to get to it. But thanks for bringing that up. We're not going to do the spinners today, but I do have them. Ted Adam Green is here. Always good to see you, buddy. I believe it. I thought Texas was for the most part going to get ice, and that was the big concern. But yeah, weird weather times we live in right now. Okay. Hang on, let me look at something real quick. Yeah, Cornercade, as far as your concern is here, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. But the password was hidden, so you didn't get anything. Yeah, you got my Facebook account name, but good luck trying to get into it because it's an over 20 character password and it has a seed value in it as well, which you'll never guess. So yeah, helps to be in IT. Hockeytown makes this note. Yes, I got that from Wagner's video as well about the different colors on the Gen 2 dongle, red being for Pinball FX VR. So we're going to leave it set to red. Chris S 1978 is here. Good morning. The movie I was talking about was Mercy. Very good movie. I highly recommend it. PBJ Racing is here. Good to see you. Yeah, it's snowing in a lot of parts of the country right now. I'm way behind in the chat. B Kirby is here. Hey, welcome, welcome. Always good to see you. Chaotic is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my man. Scrolling through, trying to get through this as quickly as possible. I agree. I love that cabinet. I'm still working on the image. Yeah, I just have no time. I really don't. Let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in this too, but I've been seeing his posts, and I think there's just a few days to order that left. So I'm on the fence. I might go after that. I don't know. Stock Jock wants me to install the spinners now. Ugh, I don't know. I have not. See, I hate diving into something without having read the directions. And they don't provide directions. You have to go out to a QR code and get them. And I'm going to be using my phone for installation guidance. Now, since I'm near my laptop anyway, I could probably pull up guidance, but I really don't know if I want to mess with that now. And if you want to hear me swear, then that's probably a good way to do it. Okay, good to know. Just wait. Okay. Biggie D, I do my personal Facebook is just for friends. Just for friends and family, close friends. So I don't friend anybody from work. I don't friend anybody from the community. I do have a Facebook presence out there for Quarterdeck Arcade, but I don't maintain it, so it's out of date. So you're welcome to follow that, but the personal Facebook page is my own, and I don't have very many friends on Facebook. It's just friends and close family. So They Be Me is here. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. No, Danny, those are old passwords. I put those in the notes. So if I have problems, I have something to fall back on. Those are not the passwords. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Okay, thank you, Ski Bammer. Appreciate it. All right, we're caught up. Camera views. I didn't really have time to set that up. Let's see if I got one I need. I need cell phone and cam too. That's what I need. All right. Let's get at it. I'm going to switch mics. Gallagher guy is here. Welcome, Gallagher guy. Appreciate it. So let's mic up here. There we go. All right, let's switch mics in my audio software. Testing 1, 2, 3. There we go. Y'all hear me okay? All right. I'm now in the I also have to set up my NDI camera. I got down here. I had to let the dog out last minute, so. All right. Let's put that in real quick. I'm going to plug in my phone just so I don't run out of power. I knew I forgot something. I came down here at 8 o'clock to get set up. Part of it I set up last night before I went to bed, but I just got some additional lights that I want to put on the. All right, let's turn that camera on. Tells me the camera's live. Good, good, good. All right. Now I think I got all the tools I need together. There's really only 2 or 3 tools you need. X-Arcade was great about providing drill bits, the required drill bits. I do have this will be the first time I put it into use. I do have my trusty DeWalt, brand new DeWalt drill that we'll use today. All right, and here's my script. So I'm going to be following this script. All right. So other than take out the Gen 2 dongle, the box is intact. I have not unboxed anything. So we're just going to do a quick unboxing here. So let me make sure you guys are seeing everything okay. I'll lift the camera up a little bit. There we go. All right, so you've got your installation guide. We'll kind of touch base with that as we go along as well. I'll just go ahead and take that out of the plastic. They have a quick start kit. Oh, this is after it's installed. Okay. All right, that's good. So here's the installation manual, and it's with pictures. That's nice. So we'll hopefully I'll follow along with the manual as well. And guys, I have not brought the X-Arcade over here yet because I wanted to get everything out of the box first. Wagner has a nice tip on his video where he recommends you save this and use it during the install to set the X-Arcade control panel on top of it. So we're going to set this aside. All right, so here we have buffer foam stickers, and the Gen 2 dongle was in this package. There's a nice little strap here. So I'm not sure how the strap works with the dongle, but one thing I did notice about the Gen 2 dongle is it's a little loose in the USB connector on the MetaQuest, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way. So buffer foam stickers, which are used around the inside of the unit to help with feedback. We've got a serial cable, a Y serial cable assembly with some cable management ties. We have a 3.5 millimeter audio cable, which will go from the you can plug it into your audio port on your MetaQuest, and the other end would go right here into the audio or aux in of the control panel. I'm taking my time with this, Danny. This is going to take as long as it takes. So if it's 4 hours, it's 4 hours. We have a firmware upgrade cable, which I thought was pretty slick. I've already done the firmware upgrade, but it's nice to have a cable and an adapter always. It's got a what are these called? J something connector on the other end, so it's kind of interesting. I'm going to set this aside. I don't think I'll need it. We have some extra buttons, spare buttons, in case something goes south. They're not used during the install, as far as I can tell from Wagner's video. We have our power brick and power cord. We have our plunger, and the template for the plunger is also here. So that'll be an interesting part. This is the part that I'm really most worried about, is this plunger, putting this plunger on. So, because that's where a lot of the drilling is required. There's more drilling required later, but here we have a nice little tool. I'll just unpackage this right away. This is your nut, your button nut removal tool. And you just slide it over the button and you just twist it off if it's too tight. Normally you can do most of those by hand, but this is just a tool that's available to you if you want to use it. Here we have our 4mm drill bit, our smaller one. And then here's our 10mm drill bit. So it's nice that they provide these for you, and I get to add them to my toolkit. And here are the wrist rests. So this one will go on the right, or yeah, the right side over the buttons. And then this one will go on the left side next to the joystick. So these are just rests that you can rest your wrists on as you're playing pinball. I'll definitely put those on. Yeah, you know, that's part of doing this live is it's going to slow me down a little bit. The main PCB is right here. So this is the haptics PCB that's going to get added. It's going to supplement the PCB that's already in there. So there'll be a specific mounting point for that inside the unit. Here we have a bunch of stuff. We have screws, various screws. And then here we have our right right rear this is a exciter is what he's called it, Wagner called them. So this goes over the right button, the right white button. I'll show that when we get to it. Here's the left. And then these are, this part of the installation is going to get really interesting. This is where you install some more of the haptics infrastructure. These will go next to the buttons built on the bottom of the control panel. And they actually fit over the back of the button. Same thing here. This is for the other side. And then up top here, we have the new panel that's going to take the place of the one that's there already with the two speakers. And you have your holes here on either side for these are where the spinners would go if I chose to do that install, which I'm not going to. Then you have your speakers. So this is our replacement top panel. And then there's also this part here is for a change you can make to the, if you own the stand, you can actually change the stand so that you get a better feedback. I guess that's what these are for. But these are, according to Wagner, these are optional. However, I think I'm going to put them on. And I believe that's it. I believe that's all that's in the box. Yep. Other than the silicone gel packet. So I'm going to set the feet aside. Hockey Town, I did not see that. I did not see him change his old panel into light gun holster, but I should check that out. All right, so let's get the box out of the way. Oh, I got my heater right above me. That's awesome. I do have a heater vent in the basement, and I open it up whenever I'm down here to let the it heats up by about 2 or 3 degrees. All right. All right, so I'm going to get the pad. And I'll go ahead and rest that there. And we went through. All right, so I talked about upgrading the firmware. Now we're going to need to get the actual unit. So let's. I'm going to disconnect my phone. I'm going to try and just bring this camera around. I'm going to take the camera offline so you guys don't get seasick while I move the camera. It's a little dark over in this corner, but I have lights. All right, so here's my current unit. I have it basically connected to a TV. Actually, the TV is connected to my Raspberry Pi. So I have my my Raspberry Pi box right here, and then the serial cable, the USB cable, runs into the back of the X-Arcade. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug both cables from the back here. And then there's also the, those of you that have these, and if you don't, there's also a cable that connects the LED wire, the wire that powers the LED light in the stand. I'm trying to get it out. I don't remember how that thing screws in. You know, a streamer worth his salt would have had the thing already disconnected and taken out of the stand, but I'm not a streamer worth his salt, really. Yeah, it just pulls right out. I don't know why I was twisting it. Oh, okay. All right, so we're completely disconnected now. So what I need to do is there's a little latch on the bottom here. And you just, oh, you know what I forgot to do? before I lift this out, in Wagner's video, he talks about this. You want to remove these rubber stops here on the ends. And one of the things he recommends is that you use a plastic bag to hold all this stuff, which I forgot. Now we can lift this out. Whoa, don't hit the camera and don't drop it. Okay. Bring my other camera back over. Okay. All right, so the next thing we got to do is we got to take off and you know what I didn't do? I didn't get out the tool. You got to get out the hex tool that came with this thing. I forget where that is. There's a drawer or something here. Where's that tool? Guys, help me out. Where's that hex tool that came with this thing? I thought there was a storage compartment for it here. Otherwise, I got to go hunting for it. I might have a bit for it anyway. Let me see. I thought that that came with it. There are 2 storage compartments on the bottom. Thank you, Stuck Doc. Oh, that would be it right there. There's this other one. I don't know what that is. Oh, I think that's for different tops for the joystick. I think that's what that is. All right. So what we got to do is we have to take off these little spring-loaded rail guides is what I call them. And Wagner points out that there are springs on these things, and you don't want to lose the springs. So make sure that when you take these off, that you don't lose the spring. So you can see the springs on there. See, I lost the spring. But I'll slide it back on there and I'll set it aside. Mike of All Trades is here. Welcome, Moat. Yeah, I found the tool. All right, so we're going to take off the other side. Small tool. I mean, it's handy. It's kind of awkward to work with. So if you have your own bit that'll fit this, I would just use that. But having the tool is nice. Okay, again, don't lose the springs. All right. And now we need to remove the screws on both sides. Just use my trusty ratchet screwdriver. This is where a baggie would come in. You know, I'm missing a screw. Oh. Let's see if it's, I thought there were two on that side. Yeah, and no, I've only got one. All right. Interesting. I thought there were two. All right, so there's the screws from either side. I'm just going to set those off to the side here. All right, so flip unit over and remove the 3 screws from the back. All right. So there are 3 screws here. Of course, you can't get them out without turning it over and dumping them. Unless you got some sort of magnet and pull them out. I used to have a kit, being in IT, that had a screw grabber. I mean, it was just wires, but it was like a claw machine, mini version of a claw machine. If you had screws in tight places, you could use that to go get the screws. I never knew what happened to that kit. But so I'm going to be very careful here because I'm going to lose these screws. See if I can pop them out. Nope, not that one. Well, you know what? It's going to be awkward. So I'm just going to pull the old panel, top panel off or out. And flip this back over. Screws are going to dive though. So you got to catch those screws. There they are. So we'll take the 3 screws out. We'll set it back down, and I took out the these 3 screws are what held down the top part of the panel. So I'll set these aside. Thank you, Stock Jock. Appreciate it. I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking I saw 2 in Wagner's video. I'm probably wrong. Old and senile. All right. He wants us to cut the cable ties if they exist. And they do exist in mine. I don't know if I should do that or not. Oh, well, looks like I got a little damage here. Interesting. What it looks like is the sleeve came off this cable. I might put some electrical tape around that just to be safe. I'll zoom in the camera so you can see it, but now I got to find some electrical tape. And I've never opened this up, so this is the first time this thing's being opened up. So here's what I'm talking about. So Wagner recommends removing the zip ties, like here and here, but I don't know if I need to do that or not. But what I'm pointing out that I'm going to wrap is right here, and I realize I have a tight. Right there. This right here. Looks like there's exposed wire. And what it looks like is there's a black plastic sheath here that used to be covering that, but it's not anymore. I don't know how that came loose. I don't know why. And I'm just going to stick a piece of electrical tape around that just to be safe. Being careful not to jostle it around it that much. Just paranoia in me. Just want to make sure that that wire is safe. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut them anyway. And of course, I don't have a wire cutter close by. I didn't bring one out. Seriously? My wire cutter. Well, let me go get one from upstairs. Be right back. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we're at the point where we're going to be drilling holes for the plunger assembly. So we need to flip this upside down. The plunger is going to go on this side, so okay. Now we need the template, so let's get the so we've got our plunger assembly and we've got our template. So we need to fit the template here pretty snug. So we're going to take the stickers off of the template so we can put the template in place. Gotta be careful with the tape though, because you don't want to pull the whole thing off. Just want to peel the backing, which is fighting me. I have no nails. Yeah, see, I'm pulling the entire thing off. Ugh. There. Okay, that one's done. Got one more to go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's put this on. Okay. All right. So we need for this, we need we're going to need both drill bits, but we need to start with the 4mm, the smaller one. So I'll get that out. And we're going to start pilot holes. But these holes look a little, you got to drill through the plastic too. I hope that's going through. Oh, yeah. See, you wind up pulling the template off if you drill too far in. All right, that's all I'm going to do. All right, and we need to switch to the 10mm drill bit to get through there. Okay. Okay, so my pilot holes are in, so I'm going to remove. And I'm going to drill all the way through here, but as in Wagner points out that you don't want to go too far. Oh, see, I punched the button, but I didn't do any damage, so. All right, now we'll switch back to the 4mm and complete the holes. Yeah, Stock Jack, thank you. All right, now let's do the other smaller hole. Wow, not even all the way through. One more. All right, holes are drilled. Oh, my wrist hurts from that. All right. Flip unit upright. Remove 2 front screws. So we're going to take off the 2 front screws here. Okay. 2 front screws removed. And remove the 2 screws above the white button on either side. I don't want to get in the way of the camera. Okay. Those screws down. Plug in my cell phone camera before the battery dies. All right. Raise up the panel. And you got to be careful with all the connected wires here, and just flip it and raise it and set it on the top. Like so. All right. So my plunger is now over here. Oh, this is where we take the buttons. So what we're doing now, I'm trying to give you guys a bird's eye view. So what I'm going to do now is disconnect the wires off the white buttons. And I hate these things. Whether we're up here. Oh, it slid right off. That one did. Where's my small little screwdriver here? I hate these connectors. I really do. There. Use a little small little screwdriver to pop them off. I'm going to do the same thing over here since I'm kind of going out of step here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just I don't think the order matters. Taking these off. All right, so let's see. Now we need to get the nut off. And you can either use the tool or you can use your hands. But I'm going to use the tool. Yes, I charge the batteries in my drill. And you can take out the button. I'll do the same thing on the other side as well. Do it over here. Okay. So we've got that button out. All right, where are we? What are we doing? Flipping the script. So now we're going to mount the plunger assemblies. Feeding wires through the hole. Oh, we're doing the plunger. All right, so my plunger is on this side. All right. So right here is where we're going to be installing the plunger. So, and so I need to get the plunger. Where's the plunger? I lost the plunger. So what we need to do is feed the wires through the hole we drilled. And Wagner says that you might have to flip it on this, or feed the connector in through the side, on its side, to get it to fit through that hole. But once you get it done, you just pull the wire through. Ooh, well, those screw holes line up really nice. I can see them through the holes we drilled. So now we need the plunger screws. So where's my miscellaneous screw basket or package? Yeah, it'd be funny if I lost the screws. No, it wouldn't. I did just lose a button. Oh, no, that's for the, yeah, Hockey Town, I'm not the best expert at using drills. So your advice means Diddly squat to me because I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. What did I do with all the screws? I'm missing screws. There they are. Ooh. Found my screw bag. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Sock Jock. I just couldn't find it. It's buried. Plunger screws. Now these screws come with washers. You got to use the washers. So just going to pour those inside here. So in a controlled environment. And we're going to screwdriver. All right, Hockey Town, thank you. We're pretty well lined up here, so I don't want to jostle around too much. Well, I'm going to leave it a little loose. Wagner also suggests that. Oh, I swear, Stock Jock, the more we say or discover about each other, I think the more we're really alike. Kind of have the same taste in video games. I will say, my only experience with the Intellivision though is, we couldn't afford it, so I only got to play it when I went to the mall. These screws go on really easy. And it helps that the plunger assembly has like receiver. Well, I say that, and then this one's being a bitch. There we go. It wasn't going in. I'm going to at some point have to hold this up a little bit. I know why he has you keep them loose, so you can work the lower end a little bit. We're getting there. Plunger's almost installed. Seems to be easier just to get them started with your hand and then get in there with a screwdriver. All right, I have 2 more screws to go. Looks like they might have given you an extra screw and washer in the kit. Well, I do have small hands, so ski bammer, I don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is, but I guess we'll find out. All right, one more. It's probably going to be a little difficult. And maybe not. All right. So I'm going to tighten up the screws. I like the way this install went. I mean, I was really worried about the plunger part, and looks like it went really well. You guys notice I haven't even referenced the official documentation yet? I might have to when it comes to actually doing the wiring, though. All right, so the plunger is installed. Awesome. Mine doesn't feel tight. It feels pretty good. All right, let's see. We mounted the plunger. And then he wants us to feed the plunger cable around the back. All right, so it's back there. Now we're working with the right solenoid over the white button. So we'll feed the white button in. We need the right. These are for. What's the difference between solenoids and exciters? So is what I'm putting on the buttons, is that a solenoid or an exciter? Let me know if I'm or if I'm right with the terminology. And we need to put the nut back on. So that's in. I'm going to do the same thing over here with the left one. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I think I missed a step. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. I'm missing. There it is. It's on the floor. You guys didn't stop me. Didn't put the washer on this thing. Or the rubber gasket. See, this is where the official documentation would have come in handy. Yep. Done screwed the pooch. Thanks, Doc Jock. You've been helpful. All right. Now let's put the rubber washer. Now we'll put this on. I believe they do, Big B, or they're going to once they get all these kits out that have been ordered. It sounded to me like they were going to sell these with this already installed. This is just for current owners that don't want to spend a whole lot of money to just buy the whole unit again. Okay, so that's in. All right, so other side. We'll put that washer on right away. So are these solenoids or exciters or haptics, or what's the official name for those? I never get that pinned down. I'm not a big pinball expert. Okay. Okay, that's in. All right, so we need to reattach the button wires, and I hope that, I don't think it matters which one goes on which, because it's just a closed circuit type wiring system, so just going to do it that way. Okay, and we'll put the sheaves back over. And we'll do the same thing over here. Sheaves. There we go. All right. So those are done. What's next? Move front panel to the front. Okay. Install the haptics PCB. All right, so we're at the PCB part. I can get in there really good. All right, so these frame holes are what we're going to be using to lock this into place. I got to make sure I get this right. Oriented correctly, I should say. They've got a warranty void sticker on this. They don't want you to touch. There's looks like a couple of dials, adjustment dials on here that they've got taped over right here. And it says warranty void, so I'm not touching it. So the haptics kit PCB, they kind of show you how they want the wires to go. But I want to make sure I got this thing oriented correctly. I'm trying to find the, okay. All right, so it wants you to route this cable over here. So these two wires, like so, are got it. All right, so that goes there, and these two go there. And you just got to snap it into place there. Uh-oh. Why is it not snapping? Because I'm getting the wire caught. That's why. Okay. I'm glad I taped that when I did, though. All right, so the PCB is in. You guys could kind of see where I mounted that. So it's kind of in towards the main control panel, not in the back, but in the front, towards the front. And the two holes are where these clips go into. I could see why they had Wagner had you cut those wire management. Okay. So connect plunger wire. And in the book, it shows you exactly where it goes. It goes into the, I want you to see this. Geez, I gotta really get the camera somewhere where you guys can see. So that wire, that colored wire there is gonna go, this wire right here is gonna go right here. Just kind of snaps into place. So that's the plunger cable. All right, now we need to get the serial cable. That's over here. Okay, thank you, Ski Bammer. That's good to know. So the Y wire here, serial cable wire, is in with the cable management. So if you want to do some later cable management, that's where those are. So don't throw away that bag. All right, so now we're going to connect the serial cable to the port below where we just connected the plunger. All right. Fat fingers are. All right, so the serial cable is in. And we need to run these. Okay. I can't really see. So we got to connect. These are the connections we're making to the original PCB. So to get to the original PCB, we're going to have to lift this up. So there's two. So right down here, which you guys can't see. This is going to be hard to show you. Anyway, there are two ports right here, 1 and 2, side by side, okay? So there, one of these cables off this Y splitter is green. It's just a sole green cable. That goes on the left. Okay. That's player 1. And then the player 2 goes right next to it with the black and the blue wire. Well, it goes in one way because it's, what do they call them, J-posts, or I forget what they call them. Starts with a J, I think. All right, so that cable is connected. So we have the haptics PCB now connected to the lower PC, the original PCB. All right, now this is, I believe this is the point where we remount this in the stand. All right, so As you all know, my stand is over on the other side of the room, but I'm going to bring it over. How best to do this? Without dumping everything. JST connections. Thank you, Hockey Town. That's it. All right. So I mean, I could do it over here, but then I'd have to move everything, and I don't really want to move everything. I just hope I can fit it. That may be the problem. And with my back issue, probably don't tell my physical therapist, please, that I'm doing this. Sucker's heavy. Okay. Again, very little room to move around in here. Bear with me here, folks. I'm basically going to move the table off. Not without probably killing all my connections. All right. So the rest of the install is going to take place in this thing. So this thing won't go in without the, because that's the impression I got from watching Wagner's video. He did not put this part in here about having to reinstall the, yeah, I agree with you though. That does not make much sense. Let's try it. I think this thing is bent. I'm not going to put that in yet. So level 2 is what he had it set at. All right, so the all right, I got it in, but it wasn't easy. All right, so I'm going to reattach my light here. The problems, the perils of production. All right. Camera views still look good. Okay. Remount and stand. Raise up the control panel and rest it on the frame. I think it has to go down lower than there. So we're resting the control panel on the frame. All right. Remove button wires. Okay. So I think now we're working on our front haptics here. So Wagner had removed these wires. And be careful when you do this, because if it's not setting on there appropriately, hold the thing in place as you're pulling off these sheaths. There we go. I need my little tool. I hate these things. Really. All right. See, you gotta be careful with this thing. Gotta hold the control panel in place, otherwise you're gonna yank it all over. I'm gonna kill this thing. I swear to God. All right, I'm gonna make sure I got these wires separated and where they need to go. All right, so we need to take off the button nuts. Catch the buttons. Okay. Oh. I can't do that with the wires connected. You say put it between the two legs. I can't do that. Maybe I lowered it too much. All right. Try it now. No. Oh, see, now it's not going to fit. See, I don't have the right cable length to be doing this unless I cut all of the wire management. Well, let's look at the official documentation. I don't get it. The manual has you lean it against something so that it doesn't, there's something here, which I don't see. That's the rubber thing. No. I guess I'm just not getting this. No. Okay. It's these things that it wants it to set on. This thing here and this thing here. We'll just do it that way. All right, so we've pulled the buttons out there. All right. You probably cut all the wires loose. I mean, all the cable management. So that's probably why it worked. I lost my place here. All right, so we need the haptics sticker. We need the left side. Gotta make sure I get this pad right. Right, so we're gonna peel this backing off of this rubber backer. I hope that's right. Looks good. A little off. Okay. So now we're going to put the buttons back in. Let me switch camera views again. And we're going to put the washer over the button. Of course, it's not going to stay in. Okay, now we need the haptics kit. Left front. So this is left front. And we need the screws. The hex nut. Or the button nut. Do I have this wrong? Let me look. I think I have it wrong before I get too far into this. Yep, I do. Yep. The washers go in first. All right, no biggie. This is why we are taking our time with this. Actually, I did do that. No cussing. I'm not going to cuss. I had it right. I had it right. All right, so we're going to get the lock or the tool, the nut tool. Okay. Now we need to use the 4mm drill bit to drill some pilot holes through you guys say I should change the torque on this. I changed it to 13. We'll see that. So we need to drill some pilot holes here. And you guys can't see a bloody thing. Lots of dust. I'm gonna have to get my vacuum out. All right, so now we need the screws for that. Spare screws, self-tapping screws. Screwdriver. We're at 2 hours now. So far, so good. First half hour was talking. That's not getting in there. Come on, baby. There it goes. It's catching now. Some of these holes I drilled too deep, I think. No worries. We're tightening. Yeah, on the other side, I'm going to have to back off on the drilling. All right, so that side is done, and we just need to reconnect the wires. All right, we'll put the plastic sheaths back over. Okay. Side is done. All right. Now we just need to repeat for the other side, eh? All right, so we're going to pull the wires off. We're moving to the other side. So pull the wires off these two buttons. Pull the sheaths off. Be very careful. There's two wires on that black wire. That's why it's a little bit more difficult getting the sheath off. I'm going to bend these two wires down that way so that I know that they go to that button. And I'm going to bend these two wires this way. All right, so now we need the nut remover. I just loosen them and I'll take them off with my Okay. Set those down there for now. And I need the right kit. Wow, I just realized that camera 2 is really out of focus. Ugh, it's a cheap-ass Logitech camera, though. All right, so let's put the little rubber strip in. Okay. Strip. Now here we have a I hope that's right. We're guesstimating here. All right, let's get the buttons back in with the washers. All right, now we get this. This is the actual haptic. Looks good. My sticker placement is good. Or rubber sticker. Oh God, my big ass arm's in the way. I'm sorry, folks. So we've put the haptics module on. Same thing we did on the other side, on the right side now. So we're got my rubber thing in place. Now we're just tightening the lock nuts or the button nuts. That button looks a lot lower. Why is that? They're seated. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's reconnect our wires. And the sheaths. That's all the way down. Okay, same thing on this side. And then the green. I've been very careful remembering the colors on each button, so usually I write that shit down. But oh, I cussed. Sorry. Okay. Now that we've gotten that piece done, oh, we have to drill the holes. It's not totally done yet. Now I need to be careful on these holes. Should be a count of seconds on how to do this. All right, we'll stop there. So a little shorter duration. So I think that's going to help me. Let's get some more screws out here, self-tapping screws. And they give you one extra. Want to make sure I'm not in your way here. And maybe I didn't go far enough. Oh, that one's not going. For me, drilling is the hardest part. Okay, that one's starting to catch. I might, on these bottom two screws, have to go in a little further. Oh, damn. I dropped a screw down, and this is where having one of them screwdrivers would be really beneficial. There, got it. All right, put it there. Try the top one here. That one's almost caught. There we go. Oh, I got that one to go. Okay. Okay. If we can get this final one to go, otherwise I'll drill a little bit more. Come on, tap into that sucker. Come on, baby. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Come on, get in there. Don't fail me now. Yeah. All right, that's done. All right. So I already reattached the cables. We're going to remove the cable ties. I'll pull back here a little bit. So next step I have documented is to remove just the tie wraps on the haptics cables. I did that. So I'll do this one. I also I think I need to take a pause here, and I need to get my vacuum cleaner in here to get all this dust up. So I think I'm gonna do that now. The next step is installing foam. So we're gonna do that next. But let's do some tidying up here. Okay. Bear with me, folks. I appreciate everybody that's sticking around. I mean, I appreciate everybody in general. It's just, this can be very time consuming when you do this stuff live. And I know I've had some pretty long streams, but you get the full picture of what it takes to do this. Shop vac. Everybody should have one. All right, it's going to get loud here for a second. Okay, that was quick. I think I just ate a spare washer. That's all right. Shop vac's probably overkill, but it's the only vacuum I have down here. So little duster will do. I'll try to be organized here. All right. Take this out so it's not cluttering up the space. All right. So now that we're clean, well, Meatball, I already did that. I did that yesterday. Stock Jock, thank you very much for that. Not tightening the screws down all the way. I will fix that. What happens when you don't follow the manual? Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, this is where I'm going to need the official manual. Actually, no, we're doing the foam. So I am all the way to page 27 in the manual, which is installing buffer foam stickers. So let's get the buffer foam stickers out. All right. Buffer foam stickers. There's a smaller piece which goes in a particular area. Then there's 6 identical longer or wider pieces. And you got 2 squares here which go right here and right here. All right. Peeling off the buffer foam. And just putting it on the edge per the diagram. Yeah, this is where I forgot my X-Acto knife. And Wagner does mention you'll probably have to take an X-Acto knife to this thing. See, I'm gonna have to do the X-Acto knife, which is upstairs, of course, because I forgot to get it. All right, we'll go do the top skinny part. This is why I have you guys here to help support me and or laugh at me. Not going to be perfect, but it's a little off. And just think, we haven't even done the wiring yet. Erg. Fighting me, Jim. Oh, the heater is blowing down my crock pot dinner smell. Oh, speaking of that, I have to make an adjustment to my crock pot. I'm making rump roast and potatoes in the crock pot right now. Take some scissors to trim a little bit. Thanks for that tip, Steve Ammer. It kind of makes sense. Bending the corners. on. Okay. Few more pieces. Hmm. All right, so we're getting the last few vestiges of the foam on. I am trying to bend this. I'm going to trim that a little bit. Probably isn't the prettiest. Okay. Now, there is a small piece. Where does the small piece go? Left, right, rear times 2. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. Little thin pieces right behind the brackets here. Okay. All right, and then the 2 square pieces. Oh, how did that happen? Oh, well. A little crooked. All right, so the foam is in. All right, cable routing and reassembly. Okay, so now we need to connect everything. Temporarily close. I'm going to route the haptics cables to the back. I think that's where they need to be. So I want to do that before I lower this panel. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to lower this into place. And kind of route the front haptics. Actually, that probably needs to come over here. Same thing here. Yeah. Kind of what I thought. They're all going to come to the board here. So let's just make sure that they're kind of in the general area. So we'll lower the control panel into place. Careful not to crimp any wires. Okay. We need the back haptic panel. Okay, so we've got the back haptics panel into place here. All right, we've already removed the cable ties. Speaker. All right. All right, so let's do haptics power. Goes to the, you guys can't see that. It's hard to get an angle here. All right, so you can kind of see the haptics board there. You can't see everything though. Yeah. How do I get an angle here? Lots of twisty turny. Oh. God. This has got to be the weakest tripod. All right, so that's the haptics board right there in front and center there. I'm trying to get the best view here. Getting this thing to stay though. Can't really see. All right. That's about the best it's going to get. All right. Haptics power cable. So that would be this. The cables are labeled. So haptics power goes to the power port on the haptics board until it snaps into place. Controller I/O cable. That's a speaker wire. Haptics I/O cable. So that goes here into the port next to it, based on I/O port there. All right, speakers, left and right connectors. That's right here, these two. So left speakers go here. So it snaps into place. And right speakers have a tight area to work in. All right. Speaker wires are connected. Haptics motors. Haptics left and right connectors, either side work. So these are solenoids. Okay, so haptics are different than solenoids because the solenoids look way different. All right, these two things right here. Let's do the solenoids first. So the solenoids go over here. So the left one goes there, and the right one goes right next to it. Kind of a tight space. Oof. There we go. Cramp. Oof. Okay. So we've got the plunger and the serial cable connected. So that's, we just need to do haptics, the haptics motor cables. All right. So I first need to fish out all the haptics motor cables. So I need to gently lift this up. So either side works, it says, so I'm not going to worry about it. And that one goes right next to it. Find our left wire. I want to. Okay, and one more wire. All right. Okay, I think I got everything connected. Just gonna make sure I'm not damaging any cables here. Okay. Double check all connections. Use tie wraps to tie the internal cables. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Reinstall back panel. Side screws and rear screws. Make sure you're not crushing any wires here. And why am I not seating properly? There we go. Okay. Looking pretty. Of course you guys. Okay, we need to put in the side screws. And why is that going in? Because it's off a little bit. Okay, I dropped one. And on a black carpet. There it is. Oh, I got lucky. It fell into a colored part of the carpet. Uh-oh. Turned off my lights. Putting it aside. Okay. Make sure that's tight. All right. Rear screws. Now I need the rear screws. When I say it's tight here, it's tight. Putting in the rear screws. Oh man, don't break the guns on the T2. God, I hope I didn't. Heard something snap. Any of you do the feet mod to the stand? Just curious. All right, now we got to put the sides back on. Don't lose the springs, folks. don't lose the springs. And where is my wrench? Oh boy. Way down at the other end of the table. Gotta have a little bit of spring left in it, I guess. I'm not sure how much spring to leave in this, but I'm just going to leave a little. Okay. Actually, no spring in there at all. All right. Should I do the feet? Maybe I won't. Wagner recommends you do, but nudge plate. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that. They don't have the wrist rests in here. So it's nice that they included these wrist rests. Got to be really careful on this one, though. Okay. Peeling off the backing for the wrist rest. Make sure I can still move the yeah, that actually worked out pretty well. Baby shark. I did a when I did Christmas displays, I got I got a licensed version of Baby Shark for my show. Video's out on my personal YouTube, but it's not public because obviously I'd get a copyright strike for airing that music or making that music public. But kids loved that one. I might post a link, a private link to that video if you guys are curious in watching it. Got a few videos of my old Christmas display. I didn't use like RGBs. I used incandescents. I didn't get all fancy with it. Oh, come on. Backing on these wrist things is being a bitch. Come on. Come on. Almost. There it is. Awesome. "14 people are still here. I'm amazed." There we go. All right, so the wrist guides are on. So the only thing I haven't done are the feet, the nudge plates. Don't think I need to do that. All right, so now we got to connect this thing up, obviously. So we have power. I'm going to leave the rubber stuff, the tops of the gate off because I still have to move this thing back over. So I'm going to have to take this thing out. And I have my power. I heard the speakers move or do something. And I'm going to get the speaker wire here. And then I'm going to, this is the part in the stream where we're going to test the headset, see if I can actually stream that. Okay. All right. It's got a power switch and the inline power supply. So we've got solenoid and accelerometer lit. You can press those to turn them off if you want. We've got volume control here. Audio level. So here's the real test to see if I can actually go into Pinball FX VR. I have a view here. Let's see. Press the Meta button on your controller. Okay, so I need to get okay. Connecting up the audio port. I have to clean my lenses big time. Oh. I'm going to step the camera back a little bit. All right. Oh, Jesus. Don't walk away from with your headset with the speaker wire connected. That would be bad. Silly me. All right, so I'm going to set quick setting, cast, web. See if it picks it up. I'm trying to get this going. Oh, I'm logged in. Yeah, Steve Bammer, thank you. So I've got the correct week, horizon.meta.com/casting. This is what I'm trying to do here, folks. I'm trying to get the darn thing to cast. I tested this earlier and I had it working. I want you guys to be able to see, okay, casting to web. This thing is so loose, but it's not showing a color now. I'm having trouble. Let me just restart this damn thing. I know this is real entertaining programming, but for some reason I'm not able to cast, and I don't know if it's because my network's bogged down right now. Casting to web. Sorry guys, this is taking forever. All right. Well, I wanted you guys to see it. Um, Horizon.meta.com/cast. Okay, interact. They're not talking to one another for whatever reason. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Well, through that then. I wanted to show you guys, but my attempts at streaming. All right. So you guys want to know if it works. So I'll have to describe it, I guess. Okay, I've got no X-Arcade menu. Speakers work. All right, let's look at this Bluetooth thing. It's not blinking right now. Guys, I swear to God, this thing is like really loose. I hope I don't have a port problem. There it goes. Press and hold to pair. It's a slow blink. It's not a fast blink. Oh, you know what? Son of a bitch. You know what? I'm such an idiot. I gotta have power to the X-Arcade, right? I'm such an idiot. I need the B cable, USB B cable. Oh, damn. That's why this wasn't working. Oh, come on. Really? Shouldn't have to power this thing, right? I guess not. The USB B cable, though, is for control. And I'm not using that. There we go. Now we got power. Oh, now it's rapid. All right, so it's paired. I still don't like the way this thing connects. That's good to hear. Okay. Here we go. We're going back into Pinball FX VR. For some reason, it's not aligned lately. I do need to clean my lenses, though. That looks better. There we go. I got it now. I'm looking at the X-Arcade. Let's go find one of my favorite tables. I wish you guys could see this. Let me check something real quick. Oh, hang on. All right. I hope this works. Now, you guys let me know in the chat if the stream bogs down. Okay. Okay, I got haptics. Okay, so I'm pulling the plunger. See the sensitivity there? Oh man, this is so much better. I'm not getting, something's not working. I'm only hearing the solenoids. I'm not feeling any haptic. So oh, yes, I'm okay. I'm hearing the haptics. I can feel it. So that the solenoids basically give you the popping, and the haptics basically let you feel the rumble. I think my problem was I didn't have my sound connected, the 3.5 millimeter cable. So it all appears to be working now. Oh yeah, yep. I'm feeling it now. Oh yeah, baby. Give it to me. Let me feel it.
There are days that I really hate this job.
Just want to make sure you guys are seeing everything okay. Yeah, I got it set pretty loud right now, guys. Sorry. All right. I'll turn it down a little bit. The speakers are really good speakers, by the way. Ah!
So say we all.
I like these wrist rests. They're really good. Sound in the speakers is really good. The haptics are good. The solenoids are amazing. You can hear them pop. They're a little loud.
Let's save some time here.
I want to see all recon material on hold immediately. Just way beyond the red line. Ultra space. Entry level machine. This is the commander. Grab your gun and bring the cat in. Politics. As exciting as war. Definitely as dangerous.
Going warm.
If they ever go multiplayer on Pinball FX VR, that'll be awesome. So I could play with some of you guys. Ooh, rumble. Wow, when the Galactica just jumped in, I really felt it. Ah.
That's it. It's been an honor.
Wow, it's taking a while to load the score. There we go. We got a ways to go to catch Meatball Saucy. All right, let's go check out another table. One of my favorites. I love this place. Nothing like getting home from work, coming down here and catching a game of Attack from Mars. Gotta turn it up. Okay, so we look at friends. So I'm just below Michael B. Well, actually, I got 300 more to go. All right. I love this game. You would think I would have an arcade 1-up Attack from Mars, but don't need it anymore, right? All right, something happened there. Try it again. Oh. Hello, General.
This is an emergency broadcast. The Earth is being invaded by flying saucers from Mars.
Where's the ball? Oh, there it is. The flipper or the plunger did not work. Getting lots of rumble. Ah! Yeah, the plunger is not working on this game. That's interesting. Launch button is there. Lots of rumble effects here. Ah! I normally don't suck like this all the time. It's curious that the plunger didn't work. Oh, that's awesome. This thing is so much better now with the haptics kit installed.
Will be destroyed.
Ah, right down. This thing drains. If you hit that center target, it drains right down the middle. Oh, that sucks. All right, so I need... I want to double check the plunger. See if it'll work on another game. Oh, it's whining again.
This is an emergency broadcast.
Yeah, the plunger is not working in Attack from Mars, not mine.
From Mars.
Hmm.
City will be destroyed. Get every available man.
Just refuse! The Martians are destroying the Eiffel Tower!
Ah, right down the middle.
Never think wrong.
Sorry, General. I suck. Don't shoot me.
Look out, Martians!
Ah!
Stop there, Eiffel!
Return to battle, soldiers.
You are very simple.
Having a better game than I did last time, though. I don't think I need the feet. This thing's awesome without the feet. Oh, okay. Thank you, little alien. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. Jason sent me a message inside the matrix. All right, so it's not anything with my mod. It's I went multi-ball. I love this game. You know why I think I love it? Is because it's such a high-scoring game.
Jackpot! Where's the dawn?
Go for the extra ball.
I'm sorry, I can't see the chat, so whatever you're saying.
Blinding, Bumble Bridge is falling down, isn't it?
Extra ball!
Ah. One thing I wonder is why it says shoot again. Why? Oh, there it is. Okay. Loving the feedback on this, though. Great haptics. Just a whole nother experience.
What's that, you horrible green Martian?
That right down the gutter. Bummer.
Destroy those many-livered Martians.
Look out, Martian!
Ah, no. Game over. Well, at least I made it above 2 billion. So Meatballs got me beat for the week score. All right. What else? Another one of my favorites. Star Trek. Huh? Why is it doing that? Interesting. Let's try the plunger here. I love the graphics in these. Asteroids over here on the left, the Enterprise D over on the right. All right, plunger doesn't work in Next Generation either. Gotta find another plunger game.
Suggestions. We can destroy the asteroids in our path. Make it so. 5 million. Evasive maneuvers. Well done. Brilliant.
Ah! I'm currently going through a rewatch of Next Generation. I'm on season 2 right now. Oh, that was dumb.
Hold on tight. Could get rough. Steady as she goes.
Program ready.
location. Unknown congratulations, Lieutenant.
Initiate simulation.
I didn't catch the button.
Good luck.
Evacuate all personnel.
5 to be low.
Isolation chip has been collected.
Ooh. Okay, I think this is the last game I'm going to play.
The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
All right, folks. We got it installed. It's working. I just didn't do the feat. All right. Well. I guess my casting stopped, huh? I'll have to try this meatball saucy. I'll have to try some arcade games later. Let's go back to. There we go. I don't know what happened to casting there. It just kind of ended. Looks like. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how much you guys saw. Yeah, I think the feet would be much chaotic. I think the feet would be too much of a pain in the butt. You know, so to put on. I'll hold on to them, and maybe someday down the road I might do it, but I don't think I need to do it for this stream. Okay, well. Yeah, well, if they find a way where I could put like a YouTube chat up over as an overlay in VR, that would be cool. Then I could read the chat while I'm VRing. I don't know how well that stream works. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Was I streaming VR all the way to the end of the Star Trek game? Oh, Ski Bammer wants me to do Star Wars. I haven't been in there. I've only been in there once, to tell you the truth. But I have to switch it to purple, right? I have to switch the dongle to purple. I suppose I could do that. Let's see. So dongle. green, purple. Now I got to find the app. It's been so, like I said, I only did it once. First of all, let me see if I can reactivate. Nope, it's not going. Oh, there it goes. Yep. All right. So let me flip this. Oh, God. You guys got to be careful walking away from with your headset on. Okay, transition. All right. Let me plug this back in so we get feedback. Probably wreck your audio port too. All right. So Star Wars Pinball. I know, there it is. Like I said, I've only been in here once. I'm probably going to get copyright striked with this music. I'll turn it down a little bit. How do I frickin' attach to the table? Oh, like I said, oh. How do I orient the table?
I am Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight and French Captain Solo.
It's on purple. Pressing launch. It's not getting me anywhere. Hang on, I got to see if anybody's chatting at me. Yeah, Meatball, I did that. The dongle is flashing purple. Turn the music down because I know this stream's going to get bitched at. Tilt's working. Why can't I launch? What did I just do? So I can't press launch for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there. I'm not going to waste some time doing that. Weird. At the TV in the game. Not going to work until you change the game controller setting. All right. This would really be better if I had access to the chat inside VR. Okay, let's try it again. So here's the TV. All right. We really wish I could have you guys in my head because I don't know what to change these to. I got to go back and read the chat because I don't know if you guys are telling me something or not. Push a button in the control deck. I'm sure there's a document somewhere where I could be reading about this. I'm lost. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I need to do here. Sorry. I don't want to. It's on the quick start guide. All right. Yeah, it would help to read the stupid documentation, right? Set dongle to purple, which I did. Oh. Set dongle to X input solo pinball mode, blink purple light. Click the dongle button to change mode. Yes, I did that. But that's all it says in here. Pinball VR Classic, Star Wars Pinball VR. X input. It sucks that I have to keep taking off my glasses too. I don't know what I'm not getting here. I really don't. Getting frustrated. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to stop there because this is getting frustrating. I have it working in Pinball FX VR. I rarely go into Star Wars. I'll figure it out somehow, but I don't want to keep everybody on the stream. I have 4 screws. Oh, the front screws. I did not put the front screws on. Or the screws above the buttons. Can't see a bloody thing. You know why? Because it's not aligned properly. You have to kind of press down on the front to get it to go in. Thanks, Hockey Town. Well, it's up and running. The haptics work, solenoids work. Anybody else diving out? I understand. I got to leave too because I got to get some things ready, and I got a lot of cleanup here to do. Surprised the haptics worked as well as they did without these screws being in. Okay, now it's done. Okay. All right, guys. Well, she's done. Not a difficult install, but if you're going to take time and chat with people, it takes a while. So yeah, we're at almost 4 hours. 3.5 if you don't count the initial stream chat that we did. But yeah, it's done. I'm a happy camper. Now I just got a lot of cleanup to do, and I got to move it back over to its permanent home. So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching along, just throwing tips at me. I know you guys tried with Star Wars VR. I'll figure it out and take some time. I don't think it's appropriate to do it here on the stream. So yeah, remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate you guys sticking around with me for 4 hours on a Sunday, on this wintry Sunday day. And I know there's some football coming on. Enjoy the football games today. I'll probably watch 1 or 2 of them. Other than that, have a great week, a safe week, and always remember, I got next.